Hello everybody. So in this video I'm going to show you how to integrate Active Directory authentication with vCenter 6.5. So what you'll want to do is in a web browser navigate to HTTPS and then your vCenter server name or IP, and that alone should bring up a splash screen, and you can select go to vSphere client, or you can just append /vSphere -client to the link. So that'll bring you here, and then you can log in with your administrator at vSphere.local credentials. Alright, and once you're logged in, you can go to Home and Administration. Under Single Sign-On, select Configuration, and then in the SSO Configuration for vCenter, select the Identity Sources tab and click on the green plus sign. So I'm going to select Active Directory as an LDAP server, and then for the name you can specify anything. This is just a descriptor for the identity source, so we're going to do my domain AD, and the base DN for users and groups, and the username, I guess, is the distinguished name in Active Directory for the users, groups, or username. I can show you an easy way of getting that. If your domain is small, it's pretty easy to figure out, because it'll be so here's your DC values, and then you would do CN or OU to whatever path up until a group or user. But if you're not overly familiar with Active Directory, what you can do, now I'm on the, there we go. So you will go to add or remove snap-in and select ADSI edit and OK, and then right click ADSI edit and select connect to. I've never tried this on a host other than the actual domain server, so I'm not sure if this will pop up on its own, but if you need to, you can specify another host, it looks like, and we'll select OK. So say we want to specify a path for users. You can select users, and then down here where it says distinguished name, so you can just copy this directly, go back over to vSphere, paste it in, and then you can do the same thing for the group. So for the domain name, you'll want to put the domain, and then for alias you could do, like, we don't want to specify the whole thing, we just want to specify an alias and then the user, because what this means is you can log in as, say for example for me, if I wanted to log in as kjl.local /user, I can, and then if I want to log in as kjl /user, I can. And that's in case like you have a longer domain name, but you on systems you log in with like a shorter variation, you can match this to whatever you use there. So for the username, I know for me that it is, I'm just going to type it out this time. Just using the default administrator's account, but you can put whatever account that has read access to Active Directory. And specify the password, and you can do connect to any domain controller in the domain, but I'm going to specify my domain controller. So I'm going to do LDAP :// the IP address of my domain server, and then :389 because it's the default port for LDAP. Okay, so as you can see, it was added. If there is an issue, it will pop up, I believe, around alarm saying that it failed to add the identity source. So just go in and review your configuration, see why it may have failed. But once we have it added, you can go back to Home, select Hosts and Clusters, and then from the vCenter, so the top object, select the Permissions tab, and then click the plus sign again. So as you can see, you have different options for the roles. If you just want to do an administrator account, leave it on administrator and select add down here. And your domain should appear in this list. So we're going to add this group. You could do the same thing for users, but I'm going to do a group. Check names. And just to test it, we'll log out and log back in with the domain user. Alright, so as you can see, we've logged in as my domain user, and that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful for you, and thanks for watching.